Everyone to Module 5, Informal Learning Social Media. In this module, we will begin investigating the concept, history, and research associated with social network sites. We will also look at specific types of sites that facilitate social collaboration, such as microblogs like Twitter, social networking sites like Facebook, and virtual worlds like Second Life. As you can see from the calendar, we are in Week 9. In addition to the readings, you will also participate in the online discussions. In the readings for this week, Dana Boyd, yes, she does not capitalize her name, and Nicole Ellison define the concept of social network sites and examine the history behind tools such as 6 Degrees, Friendster, MySpace, and Facebook. They also talk about social network sites based on interests, including Couchsurfing, Flickr, and Last.fm. In addition, Boyd and Ellison discuss the scholarship associated with these sites. Some of the research has investigated issues related to privacy, safety, and friending. This article only briefly mentions the use of social network sites by young people. If you are interested in teen use of social network sites, Boyd's research focus is on teens and social media. You can access additional information about her research on her website. At present, there are an increasing number of virtual worlds to explore, yet Second Life continues to attract attention from media outlets, corporations, and educators, just to name a few. Second Life, the world described in the 3D Virtual Worlds article, was released to the public by Linden Lab in 2003. It is touted as the largest three-dimensional virtual world, and the usage rates reinforce its popularity. In 2010, for example, there were more than 480,000 repeat logins in this world. In some of our past discussions, YouTube and comparable video sharing sites have been mentioned. Instead of using a video sharing site like YouTube to supplement your instruction, what if it was used as your platform for instruction? Imagine the opportunities and challenges associated with such an endeavor. To get a better idea of how this worked in a real setting, one of the readings for this week is a two-part blog post by Henry Jenkins, who talks with Alex Uhas, an instructor who relied solely on YouTube to teach a course. Overall, the popular press touts the active use of social media by young people, a claim that is supported by a recent Pew report. More specifically, an Eckhart study, the one we read earlier this semester, reports that the number of students using social network sites continues to rise. In fact, 97% of the student participants responded that they use social media such as Facebook. This week we will read an article by Roblier and his colleagues who examined the differences in use among students and instructors when it comes to social networking sites such as Facebook. One nugget of interest from that research is that students are more open to using social media to support the classroom experience instead of email. Many of the social network sites we commonly hear about were not designed for educational purposes, yet educators have been appropriating them to enhance the teaching and learning process. Here are two examples of UWM instructors who have embraced Facebook for their courses. To supplement the readings, I want to highlight some additional research findings. The Higher Education Research Institute's study on college freshmen use of social networking sites found that 94% of college freshmen use a social networking site sometime during a typical week. Studies also showed that while fewer people are blogging, the number of Twitter users is on the rise. Twitter, as you may remember, is a microblogging tool. Using the National Survey of Student Engagement scale in student surveys, Junko and his colleagues found that there was a positive effect on students who used Twitter in educationally relevant ways. It also had a positive effect on grades. Positive findings were also associated with Facebook, and here are some of the numbers associated with studies that investigated that social network tool. For this week, you will review a Teaching with Twitter framework, watch videos featuring Clay Shirky, who has been described as a prominent thinker on the social and economic effects of Internet technologies, and take a quick look at Twitter. You will also read and discuss topics presented in the readings and other materials for this week. Educational uses of social media can be creative and controversial, so we should have some interesting conversations this week. I'm really looking forward to them. So, who are our team teachers for this week? Group 1 will be led by Jake, Kimberly, and Sean, and Group 2 will be led by Mike and Christina. Note the assignment changes for this week. You will still be doing discussion posts, but the framework for those guidelines have changed, so check D2L for those changes. And as always, let me know if you have any questions as we move into Week 9, and have a great week.